So this is our garden area space from last year. So our little lawnmower out here, but this year we are planning on doing something different. So last year, pallet boards that you see are where the tomatoes were. And I'll take them out for next year and plant the tomatoes in a different spot. So this is about the middle of the garden. Those poles right there with that fence were beans and peas, viney type of stuff. And then I have rhubarb there. I have strawberries next to that. In these little stick tripods I had beans and cucumbers, and then more beans over there, over there. And I planted roses right there. So this year, instead of doing the big mounds like we did last year, we're gonna flatten this out, and we're gonna do a little bit of, I like to call it back to Eden, but it's like a permaculture type of thing. And then also this is not level. This is slanted towards the east, so field where our horses eat would always have a puddle in it, and that is just not ideal. So we need to level this off, bring the east side up a little bit, and level everything so that we don't have puddles of water hanging out everywhere. Also, the weeds were just... You have to come on this side. Also, the weeds were just awful. And so I didn't do any kind of weed barrier. And I don't want to do plastic, the paper, the newspaper, or the cardboard with the compost with the wood chips. So we have a pile of compost that will be delivered in the next few weeks. And then we have a wood chipper, and it works very slowly, but we're going to start chipping away at a pile we have, and I will show you that. So here is our pile of little wood to chip, and this is not nearly enough that we need, but it's a good start. So all around our property is a bunch of down trees. We also get wood for our wood burning stove, and they have a bunch of branches that we can use. So that's what we'll be using for our wood chips. So that is our garden, from the size of it from last year, and it is pretty manageable. I thought that it was pretty tight. So, and it's all yellow. It's so sad. Welcome to winter in eastern Colorado when the wind blows. So here's the line where the peas and the beans were. Now we're going to come on this side, and we have this field. There is a fence along here. There is a fence along here where the horses are pinned out of the garden area. But I'm going to expand it. And I think that there's a skunk somewhere close, because I can smell one. It smells pretty skunky. So it's kind of dark. The sun's about to go down. So we're going to expand it to about here, the actual food garden. And then the rest to that fence, or to that pole, to that fence right there, will be flowers. Right there on the other side of the fence is a ditch, and then a main highway. So that it will be our garden area for the cut flowers and for the vegetable. Now I'm going to take you over to our north side of our property, and it's kind of a little hidden garden from our house, not necessarily from the road, but it's kind of whimsical and fun. So let me show you. On the north side of our property, we have this tree line, and thank goodness that we do, because it really helps protect and stop the winds, because as anybody knows, in eastern Colorado the wind can blow like crazy. So we have this little opening that is kind of fun along here, and because the wind does blow all the time, there's always trash to pick up and put in your pocket before you go inside. So that's always fun. So here we are in our north garden, and when we moved in, there was these trees. There's that one and this one right here, but they did not make. A few years ago we had this crazy freeze, and they just didn't survive that freeze. Their bark was peeling off just like it is now. That stump behind them was there when we came. My husband wants to carve those up into some beautiful statues or bears or whatever. So this will be more of a formal garden. Along this fence line, we will have to put a line of trees because the wind could potentially injure the little plants that we want to put out here, and because the wind just gets so bad. And then this right there is the road, so we're gonna have to put a line of something just for privacy here. And so we'll just, it's very weedy. Like, we haven't done much with this area, but I see very big things happening for this area. And like I said, there's a bunch of wood, downed tree limbs and stuff for wood chips. So there's a lot of potential back here. We just need to get it all cleaned up.